My mother-in-law is racist. She doesn't like my parents because I'm adopted. I'm white, my parents are black, and now she's not allowing them to come to any family functions, and my husband's not even standing up for me. So you know what I'm going to do? Let me tell you. Hello everyone, my name's Kayla. I was raised by foster parents who were both black. I grew up in a great house and they loved me very much. My parents could not conceive after marriage and a few years later decided to adopt instead. Well, my biological mother was not in any shape to raise me financially, so she gave me up for adoption, and fate brought me into my parents' lap. My parents are the best parents in the world, and I simply owe them everything. My mom, Jolene, has always been one of the most supportive mothers out there. I saw my classmates grow resentful towards their moms, but that was never a problem for us. My mom supported all my decisions and always motivated me to aim for more. My dad, Winston, has always been very supportive. He was a mechanic and taught me everything I know about cars. He was the one who made me realize that I wanted to be a car engineer. He was often busy working to support his family, and he would sometimes take me to his garage and let me see his workers work. I even worked for him all through my teenage years. I actually liked spending time with my dad. My parents were emotionally supportive too, and they always stood by me. The world, however, has been often cruel to them for being black. Of course, the world looked at us suspiciously when we were all out, and my parents got in trouble. But they introduced the topics of discrimination and prejudice to me at a very early age. They supported me when I met my husband Cody as well. They were very nice to him when they invited him over for dinner. My dad's a very tough-looking guy, but inside he's completely a good man. He tried to intimidate Cody at first, but soon he became friends over the course of the dinner. And Cody loved my mother's cooking, and being a chef, he asked for the recipe that really flattered my mom. Cody started to love coming over to my house just to meet my parents. However, it took him another year to introduce me to his family. His mother, Trish, was kind. She was a nice woman at first, but the more I got to know her, the more I realized how conniving she actually was. She's the kind of woman who's nice to your face but can be passive-aggressive. She likes surrounding her insults with kind words, but the truth is that she was nice to me. She wasn't like that towards me, she's truly liked me. And I tried to like her, even though the way she talked about others often made me uncomfortable. I guess I just didn't want to know someone who could possibly say bad things about me behind my back. Trish was very happy when Cody asked me to marry him. She doted on me to welcome me to the family, and was when I introduced my parents to her that the true problems began. She was shocked to find that my parents were black, even though she was aware that I was adopted, and that's when she began calling my parents my foster parents. I could often correct her, and she would say it's right at the moment, and then revert back to calling them my foster parents again. All through my marriage to Cody, she never once invited my family to events, even after inviting the most distant of relatives. I can count the number of times Trish met my parents in my 3-year-old marriage. On the one hand, it was mostly after my parents invited her to their events, and even then she mostly used to find excuses to miss them. I wasn't the only one who noticed these things. Cody did too. So Cody finally brought this up with her, and Trish claimed that it was not because she was racist or anything. She claimed that they simply weren't my real parents. Well, that made me mad for obvious reasons. We did not believe her because she never called them my foster parents before finding out that they were black. We tried to ignore it, trying to keep peace, but about 7 months ago, we found out that I was pregnant. Everybody was, of course, very happy for us. Everything was fine until I found out that my mother-in-law was trying to exclude my parents from the huge baby shower that she was throwing for me and the baby in a few weeks. Trish has been going on and on about the baby shower for the past few weeks, and she's very excited and wants to throw a shower, especially curated at me and what I like. She's asked for my input, and I know that it's going to be very colorful, and I'm going to get my favorite foods to be served. I was truly touched by the moment and the amount of effort that she's putting into making me happy. Trish and I have always had a distance between us because of her racism, but I still craved a connection. After all, she did raise the man I'm married to. So initially I thought that this would bring us together. until I learned that she had sent out invites to everyone but my parents. My mother tried to tell me that it's all right, even going as far as telling me that Trish probably forgot to invite them and that I should not take this personally. But, of course, I did take it personal. Trish has always done this, and this time I thought she would have to do better because the event was for me. But no, she still did not invite the people who raised me. I could not take her blatant racism anymore, and I sit back. I, of course, went straight to her despite my parents' insistence. I asked Trish why she had not invited my parents to the shower yet. She just shrugged and said that she was only inviting close friends and family, and close friends as it was going to be an intimate affair at her house. I told her that my parents were included in the close family category, and Trish tried to make me understand that they weren't my biological parents, that they really weren't my close family. She went on to tell me that she understands that I'm probably grateful for everything they did for me when I was young, but that does not change the fact that they've adopted me and I wasn't really theirs. We weren't blood-related after all. So I was angry and sarcastic, and I asked her if I could invite my biological parents to the baby shower. She lit up, told me that it was a great idea, and I internally facepalmed at her stupidity. And for the record, my biological parents are both white. So, of course, she would be okay if I invited complete strangers into her house, as long as the color of their skin was what hers was. I told her that I was being sarcastic. My parents had willingly given me up, and then they just realized they could not take care of me, as she was willing to invite them, instead of the people who put all the effort into nurturing me and making me who I am today. Trish just sighed and told me that she was not comfortable with inviting my foster parents to the party into discussion, and she was the one who was throwing the party, so she calls the shots. That made me so mad. How dare Trish not invite my parents and pretend that it's because they aren't related by blood instead of racism? How can she claim that only close family is invited and then be okay with my biological parents coming, who, by the way, I have not even seen since I was a toddler? I don't even know what sort of people they are, and she's fine with inviting them. I mean, what should I do? I don't want to go to a party where my parents aren't treated with respect. Should I not just go? Like, should I just vanish from my own baby shower and humiliate Trish? Because there's no way in hell that I'm letting her get away with not inviting my parents to such an important event for me and my baby. Please, tell me what I should do about the situation. Update number 1. Hey everyone, this is Kayla again. So it's been a week since my last post and I've gone through all your comments. Thank you for giving me advice, and for the people who think that Trish truly does not think that I'm close to my parents and is not really a racist. My question is, why was she so ready to invite my biological parents then, whom I have not seen in decades? Your argument doesn't really make sense. I've decided what I'll do. The baby shower is in 2 days, and for the past few weeks I've been preparing for another baby shower that'll take place at my home. I did not even have to plan much of it, as Trish had already planned a perfect baby shower. I'm just copying it exactly, so as not to waste my brain power on it. It's going to have almost the same decor and exactly the same food and drinks. I'm currently in the process of calling all the people who were invited to Trish's house. I'm telling them that the venue's been changed to my home. My house is very close to Trish's house. It's just a few blocks away, so they won't think too much about it. But if we've decided to move the party to my parents' house, which, by the way, is 30-minute drive from my home, there would have been many questions. My parents are not completely on board with this. They think that Trish will resent them even more after this. My parents are very chill and down-to-earth people. They don't like holding grudges and like to live in peace. But after doing this, that might be impossible, especially when it comes to Trish, but I don't care. And I won't take her bullcrap anymore when it comes to my parents. Cody agrees with my plan as well, and we helped me set up the most of the party. He did not want me to overwork myself. Now that I'm 8 months pregnant, he's being such a dear. I'm just glad that I did not have to conceive him with the plan of mine. He was immediately on board. He agrees that his mother is being a racist. And that's the true reason why she does not invite my parents to any of her events. We're just hoping that Trish does not get wind of this, and I'm concerned about what'll happen when it's the day of the baby shower, and nobody shows up at Trish's house. Will she call everyone and ask where they are, or will she straight up show up at my house? I don't know, and I just hope it's low drama and easy to deal with. I don't think that she'll try to create a huge scene in order to humiliate herself in front of everyone. Either way, everything is ready, and Trish will be left alone at her party after she tries to exclude my parents like this. Update number 2. Hey guys, this is Kayla again, and today was the day of the baby shower for me. Let me catch you up on everything that's happened. People started showing up on time, and my phone began blowing up with messages from my mother-in-law. She was non-stop calling me, but I had my phone on silent, so it did not bother me. But she did text me many times asking me when I would be arriving at her house because she was scared that the guests would start showing up. But then the text changed to asking me why nobody was arriving at all. A few minutes later, the text stopped entirely. That's when Trish's sister-in-law came over to me and told me that Trish had called her. She was confused as she thought that this party was for Trish and had just moved to my house, so I decided to fill her in on everything. Well, I went ahead to explain how Trish was always excluding my parents because they're black, and gave the excuse that foster parents aren't truly real parents. She was understanding, and she's, one of the people Trish likes to talk about behind her back while being kind in the front. Everyone knows how Trish talks about her, so I knew she did not care much about Trish either. Trish, however, did show up at my house. She was mad at my parents that they ruined all her efforts, and I took her aside to the front of the next house so nobody inside would spy on us outside together. I told Trish that it was me who has done this. I told her that I only wanted close family and friends at my baby shower, and the way she's always excluded my parents made me realize that she was not actually close family to me. She exclaimed that she was my husband's mother, but I reminded her that she was not blood related to me, so we weren't actually close after all. She was not having it and reminded me that the baby would actually have her blood, not my parents'. Well, I was mad that she still simply did not understand. I told her blood meant nothing. I reminded her that my blood had actually abandoned me when I was a toddler, and it had been my parents who adopted me and have given me the best childhood a kid could have asked for. Then I went back inside while she screamed about losing money because of me. But I didn't really care about the money she lost. This stunt of hers, however, it lost all respect that I had for her. The rest of the party went as planned, and it was truly a magical affair after all the unpleasantries with my mother-in-law. No one gets away with being racist towards my parents, and this will teach her to never exclude my parents ever again. They're a part of me. They made me who I am, and I can't even imagine what sort of person I would be if it weren't for my parents and the support that they've always shown me. Update number 3. Hey guys, this is Kayla here. I gave birth to a baby boy 2 weeks ago, and even though I was going through labor, my mother-in-law could not help but be herself and try to exclude my parents once again like she had any right to do so. I guess Trish has been mad at the stunt I pulled during the baby shower. She took her anger out on my parents while I was in my most vulnerable state. My husband Cody was with me in the delivery room, but I thought that my parents and Trish would be outside waiting for the news of the baby being born. But Trish informed my parents that only an intimate family was invited to stay and that they should leave. My parents had put up a fight, but Trish was creating a scene. Not wanting to distract me or Cody in the delivery room, they just went away. And when it's been a few hours since I gave birth, we allowed the family to see the baby. I was sorely disappointed when I did not see my parents walk in, so I even asked Cody if he forgot to inform them, but he just promised me that he had called them and they said that they were on their way. Then Trish told us that she had asked them to leave because she did not want people to crowd me after such a vulnerable experience. I had had enough of her bullcrap and my emotions were running wild. I finally broke and screamed at her. I told her that they were my parents. How dare she ask them to leave? She tried to calm me down, claiming that she was just thinking about me and what I would like after giving birth. She claimed that she was not trying to cause me any hurt, but I knew that she was lying. This was her revenge for the baby shower. I told her that I wanted my parents here, and that's why I had Cody call them. I told her that she was no one to decide who I wanted to see after delivering a baby but me. Cody was getting concerned by all this and tried to calm me down, but I was mad. I told him to call my parents again and invite them back, and he did so. But Trish was not having it. She was mad that all her nice ties were always seen as evil by me. That's when I told her to leave. I told her that I did not want to see her ever again, and neither will my baby. She told me that I'm just too emotional after giving birth, and I don't really mean it. So that's when Cody decides to step in. He told her that we were cutting her out of our lives, and he explained that we did not want to see her or interact with her if she could not respect me in my relationship. He was quite stern with his mother and walked her out of the room forcefully when she would not leave on her own. My parents arrived a few minutes later. They were so happy to see me and my boy. Cody continued to apologize throughout their visit, even after my parents told him that it was not his fault. But Cody felt truly guilty at how he did not anticipate that his mother would force them out. Even after I tried to reassure them, I could tell he felt bad. Anyways, it's been 2 weeks since I've given birth, and we have kept no contact with Trish, and she was not tried to contact us either. She doesn't deserve to see my baby, and if she is going to behave the way that she is... Update number 4. Hey everyone, so it's Kayla, and I'm back again with an update. It's been a month since my last one. So one night I woke up to my baby crying, but I was exhausted and did not feel like getting out of bed, so I woke Cody up and asked him if he could check on the baby. But the baby just stopped crying. We discussed if we could, still check up on him for the next couple of seconds, and finally decided it's best if we just went to at least check on him. A few seconds later, I heard my husband coming running back to the room, panicked. He claimed that the baby's not in the crib. I shot out of bed in my night clothes, wanting to check for myself, even though I completely trusted Cody, but seeing the empty crib, I guess you could say it just made my heart just skip a beat. I felt such an acute anxiety that I could not even breathe, and I felt like I was about to faint. Cody tried to support me while I just simply told him to look for the baby and not to worry about me. Well, but he could not just let me go fall down, so he sat me down at the rocking chair before searching the rest of the house. We were truly frantic and did not realize that the baby could just go somewhere else. How? We soon realized that somebody must have taken the baby, and that person must be someone close, because I had heard my boy cry just a few minutes ago. I called the emergency number while Cody checked all the rooms and then ran outside the front door to check. We were not thinking straight, we were terrified, and the cops were on the way when Cody saw low voices coming from the backyard. So we tiptoed to the back door only to see Trish with our baby boy. She was shocked to see us as well, and I was beyond mad. I could have really physically hurt her if she was not holding my baby boy. I snatched my son from her. And all the while, she just looked at us confused, like she had any right to be confused by our reaction. Cody asked her what the hell she was doing to kidnap our baby. Then Trish truly got offended. She claimed that she was not kidnapping her grandbaby. She was just there to meet up with him after his controlling wife brainwashed him into cutting her ties with the grandson. I was so mad. I told her that I had not brainwashed anyone, and that she was stupid if she thought that anybody brought out her excuse to hide her racism from the world. Trish did not even glance my way. She just shrugged at Cody and told him that it's no big deal. She just wanted to bond with her grandson, and the nightmare was the only time she could do it. She claimed that we should actually be grateful to her. After all, she's been taking care of him all through the night every day. Cody and I were absolutely horrified that this woman has been trespassing into our house for days now. And then the police arrived right in time, and when Trish realized it, she was absolutely horrified that we had called the cops on her, and to her astonishment, we let the cops arrest her. So, that's when she starts to yell at us to do something, and she was, after all, family who had come over just to see the baby. But we did no such thing and let the cops take her away. Can you actually believe the audacity of this woman? She gave me such a fright, and then she just wanted us to be grateful. How dare she? Final updates. Hey guys, it's Kayla once again. This might be the final update after everything's settled. It's been 5 months since my mother-in-law trespassed into my home to meet my baby after we cut ties of her. Trish's court case just came out to an end yesterday. She's been charged with trespassing and endangerment of the life of a child. She has to pay a fine and is going to be behind bars for almost 3 years. I think it's a low punishment for the amount of nerves her stunt gave me, but that's what the court decided mainly. Cody dealt with the case, not wanting to stress me out further. He truly is a gem, and I should appreciate him even more than I usually do. My parents were horrified when they found out about that day. Everyone was, and they agreed that Trish had overstepped and was in the wrong. Even my parents could not insist on keeping the peace anymore after that night, and they were truly angry. However, on a happier note, my son is almost 7 months old. He's a healthy, adorable boy, and my parents absolutely love him and like to spoil him rotten. It was very hard for me initially. I did not want to let him sleep in his nursery, but Cody helped me through my anxiety. Initially, my eyes would stay glued to the baby monitor at night, and I would not sleep at all. But Cody helped me out, and I can finally get some sleep. When the baby's asleep, he even installed a little security camera with motion detectors around the house, just to make me feel a bit more at ease. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it. I just hope everyone stays peaceful. I don't want any more drama. The night was truly a scare for me. For a few minutes there, I had thought that my baby has been kidnapped in the middle of the night, and that I would never see him again. So, thank you for leading me to this because, all your comments have really made me feel heard throughout all this. So thank you for letting me vent.